Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Aarti Chauhan and I manage the software donation program here at NASSCOM Foundation. I have Mahendra with me from the BigTech team. And so we'll start with a little bit of housekeeping. All lines are muted. And so if you have any technical issues throughout this session, please type your questions into the chat box, which is on your webinar panel. Also, if you have any questions during the session, please type it in a Q&A box. If you are on your Wi-Fi connection and have multiple programs open, this can sometimes affect the quality of the audio and the video of the webinar. So if possible, please close all other programs to help you with the best experience. Please note this webinar is being recorded and the link of the recording will be available on the NASSCOM Foundation YouTube page. Now, I would like Mahendra to give an overview about NASSCOM Foundation and BigTech. Over to you, Mahendra.
Thank you, Aarti. Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome everyone for today's webinar, where we are looking at Google not-for-profit as a theme. And I'm sure that this is going to be a lot of interest for many NGOs. And this is something which we also got as a input from NGOs that they need a session on this. So here we are. Today, we will be talking about everything about Google and Google for not-for-profit and Google grants. So let's move on. Yeah. Yeah, so basically, BigTech is a program where we are part of Tech for Good in NASSCOM Foundation. What we look at is basically, unlocking the power of technology by creating access and opportunity, right? So basically, if I just want to give a quick glance about NASSCOM Foundation, we have been, it's been 2 decades that we have founded NASSCOM Foundation, and what we look forward to is, creating social impact by leveraging technology. And our vision is leveraging technology to create an inclusive and progressive India. Let's move on. Aarti, you can move to the next slide. Yeah, so just a quick glance about NASSCOM Foundation. We are India's only neutral, not-for-profit entity representing tech industry, and we have a very strong nationwide presence to facilitate the last mile impact. And just to talk about a little about what are the impact streams which we focus on, we are focusing on digital literacy, skilling and employability, and women entrepreneurship. So these are our impact streams which we at NASSCOM Foundation are looking forward to focus, and this is going to be our next in terms of how we want to run this. So let's move on. Yeah. And just to give you a quick glance about the SDG goals, which are aligned to India. So we are focused on the top 6, which are, quality education, gender equality, decent growth of economic growth and industry innovation, reduced inequalities, and partnerships for the goal. So these are some of the SDG goals which we are focusing. And if you look at our programs, like I mentioned, digital literacy, skilling, and women entrepreneurship, we as Tech for Good team cut across all of these programs. And if you look at the specific programs which we run, we also have inclusion solutions for good, big tech, innovation spaces, and innovation challenge. So these are some of the things which we do across the NASSCOM Foundation, and we as Tech for Good team cut across all of these different programs. So I just want to give a quick, quick sneak peek on what is the impact which we have created in 2021. We have impacted over 5 lakhs disadvantaged lives. And if you look at a breakup, we have over 3 lakhs which we have transformed through digital literacy, skilling, and entrepreneurship initiatives, and over 1,600 lives transformed through diversity and inclusion initiatives. And sorry. And we have over 2 lakhs lives which are transformed through the Tech for Good initiatives. And currently we are running around 25 plus projects with 25 plus donors. Yeah, moving on to the next slide. Yeah, so I would just want to give a quick touch base on what is Big Tech all about, right? Big Tech is an initiative, and we have this platform for technology philanthropy. And this initiative is in association with TechSoup, which is the non-profit technology capacity building organization. And if you look at it from a Big Tech perspective, we have launched this program in 2007, which is almost like 12 plus, 13 plus years. So which has been a great initiative and which has been run successfully for the NASSCOM Foundation. And it is actually the only platform which is available in India where NGOs can get genuine softwares at an affordable price, which is very key if you look at from an NGO perspective. Let's move on. I just want to, talk a little about what we do as a Big Tech, right? What are the things which we are addressing as a problem areas? What are the solutions and how NGOs can benefit out of this, right? Sorry. Sorry, I have a little bad throat, so just excuse me for that. So if you look at the problem areas, what we are trying to do is, we understand that NGOs have financial limitations, maybe to invest in an infrastructure or maybe like a hardware or a software. And we also understand that some of the NGOs cannot afford to hire professional services to deploy some of the latest technologies. And some of the NGOs also lack the awareness of what are the different products which are available in the market, right? And you also see that there are a lot of pirated softwares which are coming, but they are really not reliable, and they can always create a threat for you at any given point of time, right? So what we as Big Tech offer, we bring affordable latest technology to the NGOs, and we have access to the various donated products across the donors, which is very, very helpful for the NGOs. And we have a wealth of technology content which is also available, and we also have the access to the various communities of support, right? And what is in for the NGOs? So definitely NGOs can reach more beneficiaries and sponsors through these different solutions and softwares, and they can definitely improve internal efficiencies and resource usages, and also they can definitely market and brand themselves better. So let's move on. Yeah. So I want to also talk a little bit about what is the impact which we have created, right? If you look at impact, we have, donated 1.6 billion rupees worth software so far. And the amount of money which we have saved for the NGOs is 1.5 billion rupees, which we have saved for the NGOs because they have come on the Big Tech platform, and they have purchased the softwares on the Big Tech platform. And we have also benefited almost 2,000 plus NGOs who got the benefit of all these softwares. And if you look at the impact which we have created 2.5 million lives who got impacted across India. And we have almost like 13,000 NGOs who are registered on the Big Tech platform. Moving on, I just want to give a quick glance about, what are the different verticals which we have and some of the softwares which are supported, because for any given NGO, may it be a small grassroots level, medium or large NGO, they need softwares at a different perspective at different time, right? So if you look at infrastructure, we have AWS Box and Dropbox. And if you look at finance and accounting, we have Visi accounting software. And definitely we understand that marketing and comms is something which is very important. So we have softwares which are related to marketing. And we understand that donor management is very important for NGOs. So we also have donor management softwares. And in the given world of online, security is very important. So there are softwares which are security related, and definitely to run your NGO on a successful long-term basis, operation tools is very important, and software. So we also have operation softwares which are available. So this is a quick, sorry, a snapshot of the softwares which are available at different verticals. Let's move on. I want to also talk a little bit about who are our top donors, right? In Big Tech, we have, some of the top donors like Google for not-for-profit, Microsoft, Adobe, AWS, Zoom, So you have some of the major top donors who are available on the BigTech platform, which gives an opportunity for NGOs to come and explore the various softwares and utilize the benefits of all the different softwares which are available on the BigTech platform. Sorry, let's move on. With that, I would like to introduce our speaker for today. He's Iqbal Haidari, and he's the head of brand communication at Kitabisa. And he is basically, just to give you a quick background, he is leading the Tech for TechSoup Indonesia program since 2015, and he has helped thousands of NGOs in Indonesia, and he has a lot of access to the donated softwares, maybe like Microsoft, Google, Adobe, and many other tech companies. And this is something which he's getting a support, and he's facilitated over 3 million lives, and also 7 million donors across. So with that, I would like to introduce Iqbal, the speaker. Over to you, Iqbal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mahindra. Hi everyone. So it's a pleasure to meet you all. So I'm also surprised that the participants hits around 400 people. So also my partner here, Aza. So we are from Indonesia. I'm from Bandung, a city in the West Java, and Aza is also in another city. So today, as Mahendra mentioned, we will discuss about the Google for Nonprofit program, especially the Google Ad Grants. So I will share my screen, and then we will run through the materials, and then after that we will have the Q&A session. So if you have any questions about any of the topics that we will talk about, please feel free to write in the chat box so we can answer it later in the Q&A session. So as Mahendra mentioned, I also lead the TechSoup Indonesia program. So as what NASSCOM Foundation do in India, we also do the same thing in Indonesia. We are helping the Indonesian NGOs to access software donation because, the NGOs need definitely have a very great missions, very great purposes, but usually we also have to face the challenge of limited resource. And so we want to help the NGOs to focus their resources more on the program rather than in investing technology. But on the other hand, the technology is very needed, so we can do our social mission more efficient and more effective. That's why TechSoup come in, and we provide with a lot of access to software donation from very generous donors, including what we will discuss about today is from Google. So let's go through the materials. So we will talk about 5 things. The objectives for this session is the first is to understand what is online ads. So probably the participants here are from very various backgrounds of NGOs. Some of you might have been familiar with the digital technologies, the digital marketing, advertising, but some of you might be just getting started to know. So we might want to start from the very beginning. We want to understand what is online ads. And then the second, we will talk about the type of ads that usually nonprofits use. So we can understand what are the purposes, what are the relevant use cases that we can use for our nonprofits. And then the third, we will talk about how do ads compare to other marketing methods that most NGOs utilize. Number 4, we'll talk about the ads for NGOs with Google specifically. And then number 5, we will talk about the technicalities. I have seen in the chat box there already some questions about how to get access, how to get registered, and how to get access. We will touch into that a little bit in the last part. So this is the 5. So let's go through the session. The first one, I want to introduce again about myself. My name is Iqbal. From Indonesia. I am the head of brand communication at Kitabisa. And because we are the crowdfunding platform, probably in India, we also have friends, from Keto, Milap, Impact Guru. So as we are the crowdfunding platform, many NGOs use our platform for their online fundraising. And that's why it's very relevant for us to also help them to get access, donation access from the other companies like Google, Microsoft, and other many tech companies. And just a little bit story about Kitabisa. We're now the #1 most trusted donation app. So we are not only the website platform, but we also the app. We are now have facilitated more than $8 million. Probably around 300,000 are active on our app, donate daily. And we are assisted more than 100,000 social fundraising, and also facilitating more than 3,000 NGOs in Indonesia. And I have the privilege of the experience building this organization from the very scratch. So we started from a garage, just 6 of us, and then it grows into a bigger team, and then it grows into a bigger team. So now we have more than 400 team all across Indonesia. Most of them are the NGO coordinator that coordinate with the NGOs on grassroots to execute social missions on the ground. But although we are focusing on the ground, the social programs on the ground, the technology really help us to get connected with each other, and also to get donation and support from the public. That's why I think it's very important for us to understand about the donation, the technology, the software technology. So we will share some of the learnings, probably not very advanced, but the intro learnings about the Google Ads. So let's go through the materials. The first one is, what are the online ads? So I think the online ads is I assume is very familiar with every one of us. I think every one of us are very familiar on daily basis. We use Facebook, Instagram, probably now more on TikTok. I'm not sure what is the status of TikTok in India. And also we use the search engine very frequently, and we can see in every platform there are the advertising. So the online ads is basically advertising that happens in the online, and usually in the platforms that we use on daily basis. So as you can see on the example on the right of the screen, that is the example of the Google Ads. When we Google on certain keywords, and then we direct people to see or to direct them to our website. In this case, it is, so we Google water charity. Probably if people want to donate, okay, I have money, I want to donate, I want to support a charity that help people get water, and then they type in the keyword on Google, and then voila, there are the other organization, which is in this case World Vision, that put a Google ad that can catch the people who want to search that keyword to go into the website, and probably they can gather them to support on the program. So about the online ads, there are basically, to simplify, there are 2 types of ads, of online ads. The first one is the placement driven. So basically the placement driven ads is the ads that is put on the platforms that are used on a regular basis. So for example, Facebook, people are scrolling on their timeline, Instagram scrolling on their timeline, and then they get we put the placement there. So that is the placement driven. The other example, probably if you use a regular Gmail, you probably also seen some of the ads on when you open an email, or when you open your inbox, on the upper side of the inbox, there are usually link and placement online advertisement to certain companies or certain organizations. So that is the placement driven. We can see it in Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and including probably you see them in when you open a website or news. There are also several placement there that can probably getting from the Google display ads. So that is the type number one. The type number two is search driven ads. So search driven ads is the ads that you see when you search something, usually in the search engine or in the marketplace. So for example, we use Google, like the previous example, we type in certain keyword in Google, and then we see the relevant ads that is related with the keyword that we type in. The other type is when you use probably the marketplace platform, you type in certain keywords and then they push the specific product that is being advertised on the upper side of the search result. So this is the two type of ads, the placement driven and then the search driven. So we're moving on to the objectives. So what are the objectives of the online ads? So this is also something that is very important for us when we want to execute an online advertisement. We need to understand that there are several objectives for online ads. Usually when we talk about the online ads, or probably, you know, your C-level or your management, people usually ask, okay, you want to put some ads, okay, what is the ROI? You know, if we put $1, how many dollar we can get from the donation? But we need to understand that not every ad, our ad is not only for getting donation or getting support or getting money, but there are several objectives. So for example, if you open the Facebook, if you want to put advertisement on Facebook ads, there are several objectives. The first one is awareness. So awareness is to expose your content to as many people as you can. The objective of the ads is not to convert, but it is to give the exposure to many people. And then there's traffic. So for traffic, if you have a website, you're putting ads so people can know and direct them to the website that you want the traffic is coming in. And then the third is engagement. For engagement, this is usually to boost engagement or discussions or likes or shares on certain types of posts. So if you have a post in Instagram or in Facebook, for example, you want people to discuss or to give their reaction to the post, that then you can put your ads with the engagement objective. And then leads. For leads, this is for usually for getting warm leads. For example, you want to gather the data of the people that potentially support your mission or your program. So you put an ad, and then when people click, we ask them to fill their name, their email, so we can reach them out later. So that is, if you want to execute that kind of strategy, then you put the leads objective. And then there is app promotion if you want to promote specific app that you have, that your organizations have, and there is sales. So these are the types of the objectives that usually the same thing with the other platforms. So if you go to the other platform like Instagram, probably usually it has the same thing, but just different use of words. But basically these are the types. So also the same thing when you put your Google, when you set a Google Ads will ask you to choose your objective. What is your objective to put this advertisement? Is it for sales? Is it to getting leads? Is it to getting the website traffic? Is it to getting the product and brand consideration, brand awareness, app promotion, local store presets, and or create a campaign without a goals guidance. So these are very important to understand, and you can learn about it later. There are a lot of resources that you can watch or read about this, but the basic idea is each of the online advertising platform will suit their algorithm and show your advertisement specifically based on the objective that you choose. And they will make it efficient for you. So if you have a budget, for example, $10, you have a $10 budget, and then you go with the brand awareness and reach, then they will use the $10 to spread it, to show, to expose your content to as many people as you can. It probably can show to, for example, can show to probably 10,000 people, but they just expose, they just being aware of the content. But if you use the $10 for sales, it probably only exposed to less than 10,000, probably only about say 1,000, but it will optimize for your content. So this 1,000 people can convert into sales. So again, the objective that you choose will determine the algorithm for each platform, for this case Google Ads, to make the content suitable for the audience based on your objective. These are the other options that you can see in the TikTok ads, but basically the same thing. So those are the types of objective of the ads. So when you understand that, now we move on to know what are the comparison between the online ads and traditional marketing. So because again, I assume there are some of us that are already familiar, but there are some of us that may be first time knowing about this. So this is very important to understand as well. The first one is why you need to use online ads, or why online ads is better than traditional marketing, is because the first one, it's very highly specific targeted market. So when you set an online ads, you can set a very specific, you can set your audience target. So you want this ads is being targeted into people with the age from, for example, from 21 to 30, because you want to target people, early jobber that probably the profile is suitable with your program. And then you can also set based on locations. You want this to be very specific for people in Delhi, for example. That's also very doable. Then you can also set a specific target based on interest. You want this to be exposed to the people with the specific interest in, for example, in video or in entertainment, in whatever the platform that give you choices. It can be very, very, very specific. And when we are talking about the marketing, the more specific the target, the more effective it will be. And then the second one is because the online ads have the cost that is very, very much cheaper. If you print, posters versus you simply just design a poster, a digital poster, and then boost it on Instagram or boost it on TikTok, it's probably much cheaper. It will be exposed to more people with a cheaper cost. And then the third one, it's easy to do even for beginners. There are a lot of resources that even if you do not have experience or knowledge at the first place, you can just search in, and then you can learn by doing. It's very, very easy. And then the fourth advantage of the online ads is the report data can be seen in detail. This is very important because when we are talking about the marketing, we want to make sure that our budget is used as efficient as possible, and we can see the funnel. So the funnel is to see, for example, if we have an ads for $10, we can see how many people that is being exposed to this content, how many people see it. And then we can see also how many people click it. And when see how many people click it, probably we can also measure how many people actually do the activity that we want them to do. Either it is donate, or it is to fill form, or it is to share, and etc. So because it is digital, it is very, very doable to see the every report. And when we can see the report, we can see the insight. For example, if we see that the exposure or the awareness, the numbers of people that exposed to the content is very huge, but then the people who click the content is very, very few, probably what we can improve is the content. It's the headline, because it is being exposed to many people, but still few of them interested to click and know more about the content. So it's probably about the content. It's probably you need to tweak the headline, you need to tweak the image, and etc. So these are the use when you can see the detailed report, which is available if you are doing an online ads. And then the fifth is it has been used by thousands of organizations. I'm pretty sure some of you are already getting benefits of using online ads, including Google Ads. And then online ads also can reach millions of people, depending on your budget, definitely. And it can be done, 24 hours, 7 days a week, not stop. You just set it up at first, and then you can monitor without executing again and again. So those are the 6 plus point of using online ads. So now we know that online ads is very useful for us. It is very efficient for us to promote our program, to get supporters for our organizations. Now we go specific into the Google for Nonprofits. So the Google for Nonprofits program is one of the best program that NGOs all around the world can utilize it. And this has also happened in Indonesia, and I know it is very it's the same thing in India as well, because the last time we talked with a Google team, there are actually 3. This was actually 3 years ago. I don't know if the data is different, but 3 years ago, before pandemic, the last time we talked with Google team, there are 3 countries that is the priority for Google for Nonprofit programs, because every of the country have a massive organizations that really can use this program, which is India, Indonesia, and Brazil. So this is very useful for you, and we can see that the Google for Nonprofit program help you to maximize the Google technology for your organizations. The first one is they have the Google Workspace for free. So if you are qualified and then you register, you can have a Google Workspace for your organizations for free. And we use this as well. We at Kitabisa use this as well. So previously, I have email iqbalharyadi@gmail.com. But then I have iqbal@kitabisa.com. So we can have our own email domain. And also we have unlimited, not unlimited, but very big storage for every users for Google Drive, and also for your Gmail. So this is very powerful. Then we can also utilize, the Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, which is very useful. We use it on daily basis to coordinate for our teams, which is spread all over Indonesia. So this is very useful, and we can get this access for free, the Google Workspace. And then the second one is the Google Ads. So the Google Ads, you can reach more donors online, you can reach more supporters online, and you get 10,000 US dollar budget in Google Ads per month, which is very fantastic if you can utilize it very well for whatever purpose that you want to promote for your organization. And then the third one is YouTube. So they have this program I'm not sure about the utilization in India, but in Indonesia it is still very limited. But what I know, what nonprofit organizations in US use is that you can your YouTube videos can have you can receive the donation directly from the YouTube video, which is also again helpful if you want to raise directly from raising awareness through video contents and then moving people directly to donate to your organizations. And then the last one is the Google Map, the Google Map that you can use to show your nonprofit's impact. One of the base cases is the charity water. They use that to pinpoint the stations of the wells that they create for the people in need. So these are the benefits of the Google for Nonprofits that I very highly encourage you to, after the session, you can register your organizations to get qualified at TechSoup with the help of NASSCOM Foundation, and then get the access to the Google for Nonprofit so you can get the benefits of these programs. Sorry. Now Google Ad Grants, as mentioned, is part of the Google for Nonprofit program. And the ad grants from Google will help you bring in more donors, bring in more exposure to your program. If you want to direct them to your website so more people know about what you're doing or what you have been doing, what are the impacts, to increase the trust of your organizations, that is very doable. The ad grants provide an advertising budget at 10,000 US dollar, which is this convert to 800 rupee, if I'm not mistaken, each month. So you can use it on regular basis. It's very, very useful. It's very powerful. And then on technicality level, the ad grants, the 10,000 is specifically used for the Google search advertising type. So as mentioned before, there are a lot of types of Google advertising. So this is specifically for the Google search. And you can experiment a lot of angles or a lot of contents later when you are already set up to maximize the impact. So this is the example of the utilization. So for example, for us at Kitabisa, we provide people to do charity, and because in Indonesia is have the big population of Muslims. Muslims have what we call zakat. So zakat is a charity that you have to give from the wealth that you have. So it's the numbers is 5% from your wealth. So this is mandatory for Muslims, and usually when Muslims are looking, okay, I want to give my zakat, where can I go? Where can I transfer my zakat? So they usually type in, zakat online. So where can they give their zakat online? So not going directly to the mosque or not going directly to the certain organizations, but doing it online. So when people type in the keywords, the results will be a lot, as you may usually see in the Google, but the very top of the results will be our websites. So it says here, this is in Bahasa Indonesia, but in English it translates, pay your zakat from the wealth that you have, from gold and investment that you have. So it directly when people who are searching the keyword zakat online are most probably are the people who would like to pay their zakat, and then we provide them with the information that our platform provide you can pay your zakat in our platform, and then when they click it, they go to our websites, which is directly people there can see. They can transfer their zakat to our organization, so we can distribute to the needy. So this is the example. This is the most common use cases for nonprofits to get donation, or to direct people who search for certain keywords to give them, to let them know that they can donate to our organizations. The other use case, probably you can also use, the most common is for the education, or the raising awareness. So for example, if you were an organization that is working at an environment issues, there are a lot of things to educate people about it. And when people, so we can assume what are the keywords that people probably searching about the environment issues, or about the issues that probably can be tied into the environment issues. So for example, I don't know, probably people are searching for the keywords, say, in Indonesia, there are several trees that are very what we call it, well known. So people search it. For example, people are searching for beringin tree, for example. It's a big tree that can, that have a lot of leaves and can give your house more fresh air. So people usually search it so they can buy it for their house. So probably we can create an ad that is raising awareness about that tree, and then we let them know that, okay, this tree have a lot of benefits, and we also have a program that help planting these trees in the forest. So we can direct them from the content that they are searching to the program that we are working on. So that is another common use cases, but there are also different use cases that you can explore, depends on the objectives that you have in your organization. So when you have qualified, and then you can get access to the Google ad, you go to the dashboard, and then you can select the campaign type, which is the search, because this is the only types of ads from Google that we can utilize the budget for. You click that, and then you can set up all the contents and etc. So if you want to get directly right after this, you can while listening to me, you can simply go to Google for Profits, and then you can click get started on the upper right if you have already qualified in TechSoup. Okay, so when you get in, you can log in with your Gmail account first, probably your organization's Gmail. So make sure it is your admin Gmail, because this is very technical, but there are a lot of cases that when the person in charge for applying the Google are using his personal email, and then this person in charge, 6 months after or 3 months after is resigning from the organization, and then the access is being brought by him and cannot be accessed by other team. That happens a lot, and that creates a lot of frictions. There are a lot of NGOs that are asking, to revoke the access. So make sure you are using your organization's email for this registration. And then you can enter your TechSoup validation token. So this is the token that you can have once you are already qualified in TechSoup. So make sure you are already qualified in TechSoup. Probably after this, Mahendra can share more detail on what are the documents and procedures to get qualified in TechSoup for NGOs in India. But once you are qualified, you will get access to a dashboard, and then you can copy a token. So this token is generated by machine, and then you can just copy it from your profile, paste it here. It is unique to your organization, so they know directly this is your organization, you are qualified, and then you will be qualified directly to access the Google for Nonprofit programs. And then after that, you can get the access to the dashboard. So once you get access to the dashboard, you can start setting up the ads and start creating contents and utilizing the budgets that you have. Yeah. So lastly, this is a reminder. A tool's overall effectiveness will highly depend not on the features, but on your consistency and your knowledge. So this is the start, the beginning. You know, the knowledge that you probably already know, or probably you just know right in the session. It is very useful. A lot of NGOs have already utilized them, and then I hope your organizations can get benefit from them too. Also, there are a lot of references that you can watch after the session. Definitely after this, we'll have a quick Q&A session, but after that, you can still also check some of the resources on YouTube. You can check the videos that have tutorials in it. So you, if you get lost in getting the technicals, how to register, how to activate, how to set up the ads, you can always get back to these resources. We will share the slides after the session, so you don't need to search on yourself. So I think that is the intro for the Google Ad Grants and also the online advertising. We can go for the Q&A session. I will get back to Mahendra. Thank you.
Thank you, Iqbal. It was a great presentation. Really appreciate that. And I'm sure that NGOs might have got a understanding of how Google works. So what we'll do next is I'll hand it over to Aarti. She will moderate some questions. In interest of time, we'll take certain questions which are posted on the Q&A, and also if time permits, we can also take some live questions. So Aarti, you can just go ahead and moderate the questions, and then Iqbal can address those questions.
Sure, Mahendra. As a time, I can, used to take the questions from the chat first, from the Q&A box, and then we can do like 1 or 2 live questions. So I am just taking the random questions from the chat. It's like Hina Baig, she has asked that can we use the ad grants amount in all categories like sales, awareness, search, and display ads? Iqbal?
Yeah, sorry, Aarti, can you come again?
Yeah. Someone has asked, like, can we use ad grants, like Google ad grants amount in all the categories, in all the category search and display ads, like the different category sales and awareness?
Okay. When it's mentioned categories, so is it the categories for the ads, for the categories, or
the categories for the ads?
Yeah. So it's now very limited for the search type of ads. So so the search type of ads is the ads that I mentioned on the presentation. So it is the ones that is being displayed when we type in certain keywords. So it is limited on that particular ads. So but the amount of the donation or the grant is 10,000 USD per month. So it's very huge, and if you can maximize the content, the ROI or the return of ad spending is usually 6 to 9. So it means that every dollar that you spend on the ads, it will get return on this from 6 to 9. This is from our experience. Probably for every organization could be different. But that's the case for our organization.
Okay, I think Iqbal has answered the question. The next question will be like, can the program be used for promoting our small scale cluster products?
Small cluster?
Yeah, small scale cluster products. That's from Udayan, I guess.
Okay. Can you, Arti, can you show the questions?
Just a minute.
Yeah, just to make sure I answered correctly.
I think it's just, can we move on? Just lost the question. Actually, there are a lot of questions. They're just saying, like,
Yeah, so I think what they're trying to understand is like, basically, is this program used to promote small scale clusters also as a products? Meaning, I think if they have certain products in small scale and they have certain clusters where it is not like a generic, do they also kind of support? I mean, this program, does it support? I think that's the question from Udayan.
Got it. So hopefully I understood it correctly. But so the Google Ads definitely. So the first one is if you are qualified from TechSoup, and then you're qualified to get access for the Google for Nonprofit, and then you can get access to the Google Ad Grants. Basically, whatever the contents that you want to provide, or whatever the purpose of the ads that you want bring people to, it's very doable. So it can be used for getting donations. It can be used for selling products. It can be used for just driving traffic to your websites. So basically, you can do it for anything. So what I understand from the questions, if you want to utilize it for your small scale products, it's very doable as well, as long as you are qualified and you can get access to the program. So also the addition information on that particular part is that if you can, it is being seen on the screen. So if you have the documents that is being asked for the qualifications, you definitely can have it. But also each of the donor tech companies for this particular is Google. They particularly have types of organizations that can eligible for getting the donation program. So not all of the organizations, but most of the organizations, based on their program, the types of programs are usually being eligible. And some of them are not eligible, not because they are not supporting the social mission, but because it is being supported by other programs. So for example, if you are an organization that have schools, you probably are not qualified for getting Google for Nonprofit, because Google already have the program Google for Education. So yeah, hopefully that answered the question.
Yeah, the next question will be like, they have been using Google for nonprofits like 6 years, and they have like benefited. And the next thing is that Google can, or some other product they can support us for one time with spreading the word about their work, and they can leverage from the Google ad grants.
Yeah. Sorry, just to make sure, what is that just share, or is it a question?
It's a question. They are. Can
Okay.
they like? Yeah.
Yeah. Can they like have another benefits from Google? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Am I right?
Yeah, I guess that's what they are.
I can help on that,
Yeah, please.
Iqbal. So I think what the NGO is asking is they have been using this for the last 6 years, but however, they are lacking staff who are from IT or digital marketing, right? Having that background, and they have never used that, meaning they have subscribed to it, but I believe they have never utilized that because they lack the resources of IT or some marketing resources. So I think the question is more like can Google support on something like this if they get the Google grants, right? So
Got
that's
it.
the question.
Got it. So there are two quick things. The first one is Google. When you are getting access to Google for a program, you have a premium Google support. So, but this Google support. So Google have I forget the name, but they have this support page. Whenever you have issues, you can get you can contact them, and you will be paired with one of the Google team until to troubleshoot your problem. So this is happen when usually you have Gmail, you have your Gmail is have trouble, or you want to add some emails, but you have getting errors. Google will support you with one person in charge. You can get access to this. So that's for the troubleshooting problems. But the second one, Google do not support for the marketing activities. It means if you have the Google ad grants, you have the dashboard, you get the access, you need to do it by your own. And by your own means, Google did not provide their person to set up a Google ads for you. But on the good side is you can always check the resources. There are a lot of resources, including the ones that we attach in the slides that will be distributed to all of you. You can check it later. So if you do not have a specific person that can run your Google ad grants, you can check those YouTube. You can learn by watching those videos, and hopefully you can execute it by the teams that you have now. Hope that answered your question.
Iqbal, now we are going like live. We are doing just live questions. So I'll just have someone from Aram Trust. Yeah, please unmute yourself and you can ask the question. Yeah, you can ask the question. I'm unmuted you.
Let's move on to the next person. I don't know.
Bharti Joshi. That's Bharat Joshi. Yeah,
yeah.
please go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Just my questions regarding the eligibility, because it mentioned the Google education program, but we are in of people with disability and education, special education to the children with disability. Can we apply for the Google grants?
Iqbal, you want to go first? I can also add to that.
Yeah, definitely, as long as you are eligible and qualified for getting registered with TechSoup. Mahendra, you can add on.
Yeah. Yes, Bharat. So I think
Thank you.
this software as a Google is eligible for the NGOs who have FCRA certificate, which is the mandate by the government of India, right? So if you qualify and if you are having the FCRA compliant all the requirements, and if once you get eligible, yes, you can definitely avail the Google for not-profit, may it be the not-profit or the grant. I hope that answers your question, Bharat.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you. So we'll solve apply now.
sure. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next, I'll take the last question. That's from Mayur. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, so my question is, both to Brian and Iqbal also. So the very valid question is, how the IT can use on the volunteer basis. Okay. So
I think some.
I think somebody muted me. But okay, I'll ask my question again. Am I
Yeah.
audible?
Yes, yes, yes. Please go
So my
ahead.
question is, all our these, services are very good to have. And the same question was asked previously also. The implementation is very difficult of, these kind of things because, NGO people and all these lack of skills. And basically in India, their setup is like the one person is running all the operations. He's the director of the NGO. So many, less skilled people are big tech or or something are helping to implement all these kind of things in the NGOs scenarios because there is a requirement clear requirement of this but there is no support for the implementation and it's not very easy to go through the YouTube and check out the steps to how to use Google Grants and everything. That's the question.
Yeah. Yeah, I will answer as good as I can. So I understand the situation because it happens a lot with the NGOs in Indonesia as well. So usually there are very few uh, to none of people who are tech savvy or even who are more savvy in setting up technology from Google, from Facebook, or from every other platforms, and it's very understandable. The situation is also happen in Indonesia as well, but for the situation, unfortunately, the tech companies, the Google and the other tech companies did not provide support on that particular area. However, there are usually some of the opportunities. I'm not sure about in India. Probably Mahendra can add on as well. But in Indonesia, there are several occasions when Google provide capacity building for NGOs, probably twice a year or once a year, when they invite NGOs, usually the most the NGOs that have that situation, they do not have a specific people that have the ability or skills in IT, and then provide the trainings, the seminars, be it offline or online. So they guide them right through until they successfully setting up the ads or whatever the services that they want to utilize. So there are opportunities like that. Unfortunately, we cannot guarantee those opportunities. So although the situation is not ideal, but I think what is doable for every organization that can be done now is to get or learning by doing by the resources that we compiled. So you can start from that. But when the other opportunity arise, for example, for the capacity building from Google or other tech companies that usually are partnered with the tech support partner in India is NASSCOM Foundation. Definitely will be shared to you guys so you can utilize it as well.
Thank you, Iqbal. Now I'd like Mahendra to come and close the webinar.
Sure, thanks, Aarti. So I feel that we were not able to address some of the questions which are raised, and unfortunately, in the interest of time, we want to kind of move on. But what I want to do for people who were not able to ask questions, please drop an email to bigtech@nasscomfoundation.org. Aarti will post that email ID in the group chat, and we will be having Iqbal and Haza address the questions whatever you have, because I know there are quite a few questions, and this is one of the interesting topic for the NGOs. So we definitely want to provide that support to you for any queries which you have, right? So we will be happy to address those, and I would like to once again thank Iqbal and Haza for having this session done for NASSCOM Foundation. I feel this is definitely something which is going to be very important from an NGO perspective, and I feel that the NGOs have definitely kind of benefited through this webinar. While this is definitely an area of interest, I also understand from Mayur that how do we also get the support from after the goal for not-profit or grants have been granted to the NGO, right? So I think Iqbal answered that question, the office hour support or capacity building. We will also try and see if we can bring Google employees directly, because we have a volunteering team in NASSCOM Foundation who works with all the corporates. We'll definitely try to bring somebody from Google team directly who understands how the things will work, and definitely in the coming months we'll try and definitely have one more session with a person which can be helpful, just to kind of address how the ads will work. And I'm sure Iqbal has really helped us to kind of understand the basics and how the things will work. But specific to the support which Mayur mentioned, we'll try and see how we can help the NGOs in the next coming months. With that, I would like to close today's webinar. Thanks everyone for joining today's webinar. We will roll out a short survey also after this webinar. Feel free to give a response to the survey. It will help us to kind of improve and work towards what the things which we wanted to conduct and do in the next coming webinars. With that, thanks everyone. It was nice having everyone on the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.